The little girl accidentally tripped and fell in front of the imperial consort. The consort, who was 6 months pregnant, was startled for a moment. However, a malicious thought crept into her heart, and she brutally murdered the child before submerging her in a cold water container. When the child's mother arrived, she found her daughter lifeless. Overwhelmed by grief, she swore to uncover the truth and avenge her child. She knelt in front of the magistrate's office, pleading for justice. But when the magistrate came out, he coldly replied that he could not intervene, as the culprit was the imperial consort, whose power was untouchable. Confronting her was an almost impossible task. In her despair, the mother decided to take revenge on her own. She gathered all her savings and sought out the head courtesan of the brothel, begging her to teach her the secrets of seduction. Seeing potential in the woman, the courtesan accepted her request. From that day on, the grieving mother trained relentlessly under her guidance, mastering every art of seduction. With the consort's recruitment notice in hand, she prepared to enter the palace and exact her revenge. After a rigorous selection process, only 4 women remained. Each had to pass a test imposed by the young prince. They were to choose an object, and only the one who selected the item that pleased the prince the most would be allowed to stay. The first woman chose an axe. The consort, seeing it as a symbol of military power, immediately ordered her execution. The second woman picked a cooking pot. The consort, considering it merely a kitchen tool, also had her beheaded. Finally, only the last woman remained. The prince pointed to a deer. The consort initially believed it represented food and was about to execute her as well. But the woman quickly explained that the deer symbolized the conquest of the world, a metaphor for the prince's future as a great emperor. Hearing this, the consort hesitated and asked how old her son was. The woman answered, 8 years old. The consort, enraged, questioned how she could still produce milk for a child that age. She stepped closer to examine her, and, noticing that the woman wore no makeup yet still radiated elegance, she demanded an explanation. The woman lied, saying that due to an excess of vital energy, she was still producing milk. The consort, still doubtful, ordered her to bring her child forward. With composure, the woman replied that her child had died. Furious, the consort slapped her and cursed her for daring to offer milk from a dead child. The woman hastily defended herself, insisting that the milk was pure, but the consort refused to listen and prepared to strike her again. At that moment, the emperor's voice rang out. He had heard the child crying and ordered the woman to nurse him immediately. As the woman lifted her clothing to feed the child, the emperor was instantly captivated by her figure.